You are sitting in a quiet room. Nothing is wrong. You are safe. And yet, somewhere in the back of your mind, something is watching. You cannot explain it. There is no threat, no sound, no movement, but your body has already decided. Your shoulders have crept upward. Your jaw is tight. Your eyes keep drifting to the door. That feeling is not anxiety. It is not paranoia. It is something far older. It is the oldest surveillance system on Earth, still running inside you, still scanning for something that stopped existing 10,000 years ago. Your brain thinks you are being hunted, not metaphorically. The same ancient neural architecture that kept your ancestors alive on the open savanna is still active inside you right now. It does not know the threat is gone. It was never told. Deep inside your brain sits a small almond-shaped structure called the amygdala. Neuroscientist Joseph LeDoux spent decades studying it at New York University. What he found changed how scientists understand fear. The amygdala receives sensory input before your conscious mind processes anything. It fires first. It asks questions never. LeDoux called this the low road. A signal comes in, and before it reaches the thinking parts of your brain, your body is already preparing. Heart rate up, pupils dilate, muscles prime. This happens in milliseconds before you are aware of anything at all. The low road was an extraordinary gift. In a world where predators existed, a half-second advantage was the difference between life and becoming lunch. You are descended from the ones who moved first. But the amygdala is not a sophisticated threat detector. It is a pattern matcher. Dark spaces, sudden movements, eyes in the dark, sounds that do not fit. When it finds a match, it does not check whether the danger is real. It simplifies. Researcher Arne Oman at the Karolinska Institute documented this precisely. His experiments showed that humans detect snakes and spiders in complex visual scenes faster than flowers or mushrooms. Not because you consciously fear snakes, because the pattern recognition system has been tuned over millions of years to prioritize those shapes. You do not decide to notice them, your brain decides for you, and it treats uncertainty as threat. That shadow on the wall, that sound in the next room, that person walking behind you, whose footsteps seem to match yours. Your amygdala registered all of it before you consciously heard a thing. Now think about what happens when you sit in a quiet house alone at night. You are not in danger. You know this. But the amygdala does not take your word for it. The lights are low, shadows are everywhere. The familiar sounds of daytime have gone quiet. And quiet to the ancient brain does not mean safe. It means the prey-animals have gone silent. It means something is moving nearby. Psychiatrist Randolph Nesse at Arizona State University calls this the smoke detector principle. A smoke detector is set to a hair trigger. It goes off for burned toast and steam because the alternative, silence during an actual fire, is catastrophic. The amygdala operates exactly this way. It would rather fire 100 false alarms than miss one real threat. For 200,000 years, your ancestors lived on open landscape where darkness brought predators, lions, leopards, hyenas. The individuals who relaxed at night became casualties. The anxious ones survived the nights. You feel this. You feel it in the way silence at night is different from silence during the day. That is not imagination. That is ancient calibration, still running, tuned to a world that no longer exists. The threat detection system also fires at social rejection, a public embarrassment, a tone of voice that seems slightly wrong. For your ancestors, being cast out from the group was a death sentence. The same system that watches for predators watches the faces of the people around you. This is why you lie awake replaying a conversation from earlier. Your amygdala does not distinguish between a leopard and a person who looked at you the wrong way. Knowing this changes something. When you next feel that low-level hum of unease with no identifiable cause, you now know what is actually happening. Shui, a very old part of you is watching. It watched for your ancestors across hundreds of thousands of years of genuine danger. Because of it, they survived. Because of it, you exist. The threat it was built to detect is gone, but the watching continues. And the next time you find yourself sitting in a quiet room, completely safe, with something in the back of your mind that will not quite stop looking at the door, you will know exactly what that is. It is not anxiety. It is the oldest thing inside you, still doing its job,